Man. Man. Okay. Man. Man, y'all already in this motherfucker. What is up, y'all? I'm a couple minutes late. My bad. Haitian Mama already in the house. The real J's one in the house. Bobby Bree, Rant Radio, Simon, Kevin Moore, Stacy, what is up? Tony, what is up? Troy, what is up? Man, can y'all hear me good? Yeah. Sierra, brother Dylan. Man said he coming straight from the plantation. What is up? Man, hold on. Let me put the word out. Y'all know what we do. They acting like blacks ain't got feelings. Knowledge of self is through wisdom. So can we talk about the school system? Young girls raped and knocked up when Hillary released niggas that bill. Okay. Can we talk about the cost? Courtney, what's up? Robin Lofton, what is up? Queen Aunt, what is up? Brother David, what's up? Brittany, what is up? Brianna finally made it to the show. Miss Murphy, what is up? That is Jada Kiss. MJK, what is up? Man, we about to get it in. This song is called Talk About It, off of that Friday on Elm Street, that Jada Kiss and Fabulous mixtape. Yeah, Jada does have bars still. Robin says she ready. How somebody go dislike it already? But if we don't speak up, you hurt the discrimination. We need a one-on-one before it goes gun on gun. Man, let me turn this down, y'all, so we can get it in. The topic has changed. They're shooting at black. Let me turn it down, y'all. Let me turn it down. Get this pulled up. First and foremost, let me say, shout out Team Rob. The support that everybody gives me is amazing, and I love y'all for it. I told people on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, you steady bullshitting. Y'all follow everybody else, but sleeping on your boy. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I posted up a quote from Malcolm X on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, look in the description box, follow your boy. The quote reads, and I'm going to read it here. And I said I'm going to start doing this quote. Before I do any show, I'm going to start saying this quote because I feel like that this is something that we continue to look over. And I don't understand how we're doing it. Quote reads, the greatest mistake of the movement has been trying to organize a sleeping people around specific goals. You have to wake the people first, then you'll get action. And what that basically means is you can't skip over waking the minds of the people and go straight into thinking you about to get a whole lot of work done, thinking you about to do work out here in these streets. That's not how it works. We have to enlighten the minds, educate the minds of black people first, so they pass down that knowledge to their children before we can get any moves made out here. And this is what Malcolm X said back then. And this is still something that's going on right now. We want to go straight to supporting black businesses, but we can't boycott Christmas. We want to go straight to what they're calling, not just spending black, but supporting black banks and things like that. But if you don't have the pride instilled in you, and Malcolm X called it a sleeping people, I call it a prideless people. Because sleep ain't even an option right now, in my opinion. In the age of technology that we're in, sleep ain't even you can't be sleep unless you're choosing to be sleep. And if you're choosing to be sleep as a black person, that means you're a prideless motherfucker. Take it how you want it. That's how I feel. We have to stop trying to skip over liberating the mind of the black man, woman, and child. That part can't be skipped over, and we're continuing to try to do that. I can tell that we sleep because we still sitting around talking about boycotting movies over bullshit. Let's look at this story here. As you can see, if you're looking on your screen, you see this white girl, and apparently Michael B. Jordan is dating a white IG model. Now, I have a problem with what the fuck an IG model is. I don't know what that is. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it means. But he's dating a white IG model, and the movie Black Panther's about to come out, and people are talking about boycotting this. Black people, now they're trying to make this about black women. They say black women saw this him with this white girl, and they said, fuck this shit. I'm not supporting it. This black man's with a white woman. Now, I'm not going to act like that didn't happen, but the way they're trying to make it seem like all black women all over Twitter were going ham is not real. It's not real to me. You might have had some stragglers that had some issues or whatever, but by and large, black women weren't doing that. They're not acting like that. So I don't like the smear campaign propaganda that's being waged against black women, saying that all black women out here talking about boycotting the goddamn movie over this motherfucker laying up with a white girl. That's not rare. That's not new. That's nothing. Right? Now, there were some that we're talking about, they were upset about him doing that. But before we come out here and boycott a movie, why the fuck didn't we boycott Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas? We won't boycott shit like that. We want to boycott insufficient things. Not insufficient, insignificant things. That's what we want to talk about boycotting. And to me, that doesn't even fucking matter. It's a smear campaign against the black women that are sitting around. They want to sit around and demonize black women yet again with their bullshit propaganda. Black women, by and large, don't give a fuck who Michael B. Jordan is dating. They don't. They do not give a fuck. There were some women that were mad. And I'd pose the question to those women that if you weren't mad about Serena, you're not mad about Meghan Markle, you ain't mad about that, then you shouldn't be mad about this. Business going to continue to roll regardless. But I do feel like it's a shaming campaign against black women. But the type of stuff that we're willing to boycott, we couldn't even get black folk to boycott Dove or Nivea. Because niggas was talking about they had eczema. Ain't that so? Niggas talking about they got eczema. So they can't, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know how I'm going to make it. My skin, Lord Jesus, my skin's so dry. I can't boycott Nivea or Dove because they make such a great product. This is the type of shit that we be on out here. And then we wondering, why shit ain't really moving forward. Because again, like we talked about in the beginning, a sleeping people, a proudless people can't even boycott shit that's real. Motherfuckers having racist campaigns against black people, defaming, disrespecting black people. We can't even boycott that. We can't get black people to unify on that over goddamn eczema. We can't get black people to boycott holidays because their kids' lives gonna be over if they don't get some goddamn candy and shit like that, if they don't get presents. We can't even do this stuff. So to talk about boycotting movies and shit like that, all that shit is bullshit to me. Because we can't even boycott the real shit. Understand, black people, when we're experiencing this backlash, when we're experiencing this, where you have the would-be conscious black people, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you deem yourself, or you're just a black person that seeks out truth. There is no majority of black people out here that have their minds liberated. And even with the quote-unquote woke motherfuckers, a lot of them sit around still sleep when it comes to the holiday seasons. Valentine's Day is up next. Valentine's Day is up next. The entire world or the entire country will be on some hearts, red hearts, and love shit. That's what we about to be doing next. Even this so-called conscious people will still be celebrating this holiday because we can't resist. We can't not support these holidays. We can't not support the system of white supremacy. We can't, because we haven't decided in our minds that it's important enough to even do. That's why the liberation of the mind of black people is so important. We're not getting anything else done at all. I'm not going to sit here and talk about this shit because this is fake fucking news. Don't nobody give a fuck about this white bitch. No one cares. The only thing that I would, let me pull this story up. Let me pull this story up. This is where the minds of black men, black parents passing down to their children. We're going to read a little bit of this story. This is the only time that, you know, nobody give a fuck about these white bitches. Not really. Ain't nobody worried about them. The headline reads here, and this happened some days, about 4 or 5 days ago. It says black teens allegedly beaten for talking to a white girl at Xmas party. Says 2 black teens in Louisiana were allegedly beaten because they talked to a white girl at a party on Christmas Eve. The St. James Parish Sheriff Office received a call about a fight at the party at around midnight. When they arrived, they found the 2 badly beaten who were taken to the hospital for their injuries. On Thursday, which would be this past Thursday, 21-year-old Jordan Hitt was arrested and charged with aggravated second-degree battery. Officials say they are still investigating the matter. LaQuisha Scott, the mother of one of the black teens, said that her 15-year-old son was beaten by a group of men that took exception to him talking to a white girl. She said that the second boy was his 17-year-old cousin, Shannon Dumas. According to Scott, hundreds of people attended the party on Sunday night. So she took to Facebook and pled with anyone who saw a group of about 5 men attack their boys to come forward. Shannon, who received 17 stitches, said that he didn't understand how the fight started. A white girl started talking to one of my black friends, and they were running it with each other. And she had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend got mad. Now, let me tell you something I know about these black men who are continuing to talk to white girls despite the history, despite the actuality, despite the reality of what's going on. Black boys at a party talking to a white girl, white boyfriend gets mad, they beat the black boys up. At one time in history, this would have been a lynch mob hanging these 2 black boys. The mom would have cried. Nobody would have gave a fuck. This is the significance of the Emmett Till story. If you know that story, the significance of that. White men don't take too kindly to black men talking to white girls. Black men should understand this, especially if you're in that environment where you're around a bunch of white folk. What the fuck are you doing talking to this white girl? What are you even doing? Many white people will view this type of rhetoric as racist, but this is common fucking sense. This has been happening too long for us to continue to sit around talking to white girls. Now, I'm not saying don't talk to white girls because you scared of what white folk gonna do, because that's a coward move, and I'm not saying that. What I am saying is if you're going to be in their environment, if you're going to surround yourself with them, you have to understand numbers. First and foremost, you got to understand where you are, what type of environment you in. That white girl didn't come to the hood and some black dudes was talking to her. No. You went to where they were and would start talking to a white girl. This is a goddamn problem. I'm not sending my black child to a party with white folk. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not just 2 of them. No, we're not doing that. Young like that. What we talking about? 17? How old was the other child? Let me see, 17 and 21? No, unless we got a mob, 20 deep or some shit like that. I'm not sending, my kid ain't even going. My son ain't going. Not because I'm scared of white men or no shit like that. But I know that I'm sending 2 children essentially in a situation where they're going to be surrounded by motherfuckers. You don't know how they go at. You don't know what's going to go on. You don't know which one of these drunk, racist, white pieces of shit going to decide that they got a problem with whatever that you're doing. Now, one of the black boys said that he confronted him and said some shit like, you know, he told the cops that, well, he challenged him to a fight, basically. Said he was ready to fight. Ready to fight. That's what he said. A lot of people looked at that as him incriminating himself by even making himself the aggressor. But basically, he said, motherfucker, if you got a problem, put your goddamn hands up. Basically. Don't know why he would say that surrounded by white folk and think that white folk gonna fight fair. There is an idea somehow that black people are always jumping people. You hear white folks say this, y'all never fight one-on-one. White men do not fight one-on-one. They never fucking have. When they had even the lynch mob, these were groups, mobs of white motherfuckers running around terrorizing black folk. They don't do no one-on-one shit. There is no one-on-one shit with white folk. They'll make you believe that there's some type of one-on-one shit going on, but there's not. That's not what's happening. You don't square up and shoot the one. White folk don't do that. They don't. And don't let them make you believe that they do. And somehow black culture is the jumping and ganging culture. That's not how it works. These motherfuckers don't shoot no one. Your son, black son, you send him to an environment like that, and he don't know. White people don't shoot no fair one. That ain't what the fuck's going on. He don't know that. You send him out there. A lot of people say he was incriminating himself by saying this, but we got to understand that it don't matter if all those black men, the 2 black boys that were there, if they would have said that, well, they were the ones that caused the problem, and all them white folks like, nah, it was the niggas. They're going to believe in white folk. That's just how this supposed justice system works in America. 3Ks, don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated. That's how it works. Why are you sending your child to a situation like that? How are they allowed to go? I'm not saying, I don't know what, I didn't see anything about them sneaking out or nothing like that. Don't see anything about that. The mom just let them go. My child ain't going nowhere. And they beat them boys up bad. My child ain't going nowhere around all them white folk like that. No way. Black men, understand the situation you in dealing with these white girls. Understand that. Talking to white girls, trying to call yourself macking white chicks and all this shit. You're not about to do that. Not around white folk. Now, white men may be able to come into a black circle and talk to black women because we're not savage like that. We're not haters like that. That's not naturally how we are. That's naturally how the fuck they are. And if you're not teaching your kids that, then you are failing your black child. If you're not teaching your son that, you raising a black man, he don't understand that, then you are failing him as a parent. I saw a story about a black girl. Let me show y'all something. Let me pull this other story up. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm saying. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can pull this up. Damn. I don't know what the actual story is fucking called. Let me, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I think I got this shit somewhere. I just don't know where I saved it to, because when I saw it, I was like, black people continuing to fail. Like we're failing our children. That's what we're doing. Let me see. Maybe I saved it in my phone. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Because I want to show y'all this shit. And this is not to try to be on no other shit. This is just reality. Damn, did I not save that fucking story? God damn it. Anyway, some of y'all might have heard the story. I'll just explain to you what happened. Black girl goes to a party with her white homegirls, right? They go to, I don't know whether it was a New Year's Eve party, might be New Year's Eve. Black girl, the only black girl around. Black girl starts getting racial slurs hurled at her by all these white folk around her. And then white folk around her fucked her up a little bit. Not as bad as these brothers got fucked up, but they fucked this black girl up. What type mom, what type of parents are going to send their black child out with their white homegirls to go to a white party? Black girl said they was calling her nigger and all types of shit. She was shocked. She was shocked. She didn't know what was going on. And the fact that she didn't know what the fuck was going on means she's being failed by her black parents, who know damn well when they assimilated into the white area, they knew they were some of the only black folk around there. And if white folk get drunk, y'all stay away from this. White folk can do good hiding and masking their racism before they start sipping their goddamn elixir. They do a better job at not calling you a nigger and all this shit. Once they start drinking, and you sitting around all these white folk, they can't even hide it no more. And white folk have this mob mentality about them. Again, this party turned on this black girl. There wasn't no white folk in there trying to de-escalate the goddamn situation. All these good white folk y'all always talking about. Not saying they don't exist, but them motherfuckers ain't showing up when black folk getting either called niggers or being beaten or being assaulted or violated by groups of white folk. Oddly enough, even her friends didn't do shit. Her so-called friends didn't do a goddamn thing. She didn't know what was going on. She had no idea something like this could happen. She's being failed. We're failing our children. Again, I'm not saying that if you black, you're supposed to teach your kid to be scared of white folk. They ain't shit to be scared of. What you do teach your your black child is to understand the environments that they enter, or to not even enter those fucking environments at all. Now, when I was seeing comments on this black girl and this story here too, I'm seeing people saying, well, they got their goddamn wake up call. Maybe they'll learn from this. These is kids. These are children. Black parents, you need to be teaching your child to understand the surroundings that they're in. And just because they got a couple white friends don't mean that the gang of white people is going to understand, is going to accept them in any type of way. That's what's really fucking going on out here. These white folk will turn on you, especially when they sipping their juice. When they getting drunk. You'll start understanding and noticing who the fuck they are. Understand that. If you're a black parent, you need to be teaching your child to understand the surroundings. You need to understand your surroundings, understand their surroundings before they even get there. You think my black child is going to a party surrounded, filled with white folk? No. My daughter, my black daughter, the way these white boys acting right now, any goddamn way white men coming out here doing all this rapey ass shit. You think I'm gonna send my black daughter to a party with a bunch of white folk? They don't even make sense. These motherfuckers getting away with rape, that's nothing. I would be concerned with that before anything. Like, what the fuck? Hell no. Is white men gonna be there? Oh, you're not going. It's gonna be some white boy. No, you're not going. A whole lot of them. Oh no, most definitely you're not going. Oh, you gonna stay your ass at home. You can be mad, but you're gonna stay your ass at home. That's what's happening around these motherfucking parts. We failing our children. And until we decide that, well, it's not racist to teach your child to understand their surroundings, black people think it's goddamn racist to even make sure their kid understands the surroundings that they in when they're dealing with a whole bunch of white folk. We think that's racist. We think that is racist because we still sleep. We still too concerned. We don't even care about our goddamn kids. We worried about white folk looking at us like we not racist. White folk accepting us. We don't even care about our kids. We don't give a fuck about our own children versus white approval. How you send your kid to an environment like that? That doesn't say, I didn't read anything about her being sexually assaulted, but that's what the fuck I'd have been thinking. These white folk know they get off for rape all the goddamn time. I'd have been thinking some shit like that. They ain't about to get my daughter drunk. No, they ain't about to get my daughter drunk. That's not happening. Fuck around and rape my daughter. I'm not going to put her in that situation. Black parents, we got to be more vigilant than we're being. And our kids shouldn't be in these types of situations. Let me read some of y'all's comments. I'm trying to read some of y'all's comments in between. Try to read some of y'all's comments in between, but I don't understand. I don't understand how we're allowing this to happen. Black parents, you are being okay. You are continuing to be okay with putting your kids in bad situations. Your kid get their wake-up call, but they have to get it so brutally because you haven't prepared them at all. They're getting a brutal wake-up call. Understand that. But you too worried about looking racist to white folk because we sleep. We are asleep. This is what Malcolm X is talking about. How the fuck you gonna organize people who won't even protect their children because they want white folk to accept them? Because they don't want to look racist, because they want love every goddamn body and shit. We can't even protect our goddamn kids. Refuse to protect our kids. Like, come on now. Come on now. Right, some of y'all feel me like, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Some of y'all say y'all parents taught y'all as taught y'all when y'all was young. That's good. That's what you need. That's what you need. You have to give those lessons to your children while they're young. I'm not telling you to tell your kids that, you know, all white people gonna do this, that, and the other to them, but I'll be damned if my child's in a place where they got surrounded by white folk and there is no, you know, no supervision. They just going like, hell nah. Hell nah. What's up, Golden Black? Miss Wright, what is up? Right, some of y'all didn't get it. Tarita, you say you didn't get it. She said my parents didn't teach me any type of black pride. Mine neither. Now, what my mom did tell me was stay away from white girls. If you don't get nothing else, you're gonna get that. At least my mom did anyway. Or coming up in that generation, stay away from the white girls, man. Stay away from them. But that was a matter of my mom trying to keep me safe. She was trying to keep me safe because she at least understood the type of savagery that was going on over there. She understood that. She understood at least that much. What's up, Cynthia? Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all how delusional these white folk are outright. Story coming out of South Carolina. This story is coming out of South Carolina about these goddamn statues. Now, just listen to this shit. This is how delusional these motherfuckers are. Says here, 2 South Carolina politicians have proposed a commission to erect a monument honoring the legacy of black soldiers who fought during the Civil War. The proposal is authored by a representative who has been a long vocal defender of the Confederate flag and another Republican lawmaker who said that the victims of the Charleston, South Carolina church massacre waited to be shot. Now, to most people, that just them trying to erect a monument to honor Black soldiers who fought for Confederate states in South Carolina. To most people, they'd be like, well, okay. But here's the problem. Here is the fucking problem. There were no Black soldiers fighting in no goddamn Confederate. It wasn't happening in South Carolina. These motherfuckers want to put up fake history just to have a Confederate statue up. These motherfuckers know what none. And I'll take this. I'll take this straight from, since Black folk don't like listening to other Black folk, I'll take it straight from the goddamn article, what the white man said about it. Says here, experts say there is no evidence that Black soldiers fought alongside Southern whites in the war between the states. In quotes here, it says, in all my years of research, I can say I have seen no documentation of a Black South Carolina soldier fighting for the Confederacy, says historian Walter Edgar. Says, in fact, when secession came, the state turned down free Blacks who wanted to volunteer because they didn't want they didn't want an armed person of color. So it was Black folk that was trying to volunteer, but white folk was like, hell no, we're not giving no goddamn rifle. Not after the way we done treat them, they might turn them on us. Again, it doesn't say that here, but that's just what I'm going to assume so. If I get them Blacks some weapons, hell no, right? But these are politicians. Politicians. Representative Bill Chumley from Spartanburg and Mike Burns out of Greenville. These are politicians. These are the people they appoint. They're supposed to be smarter than everybody else, more knowledgeable than everybody else. They know damn well ain't no Black folk fight in South Carolina beside these motherfuckers. They wouldn't even allow it, but they want to erect monuments honoring Blacks that fought in the Confederacy. Just to have some Confederate shit up. They will alter history and goddamn lie like a motherfucker. That's how sick these motherfuckers are. That's how sick. How you gonna make up? Ain't no Black folk fighting alongside you. And the ones that volunteered, you wouldn't even let them fight. This is how sick these motherfuckers are. Like, seriously. This is what one of these delusional ass white folk, the one named Chumley. Chumley says, we don't see that's a problem. When asked about the lack of evidence that there were ever any Black soldiers fighting alongside these motherfuckers in South Carolina, he said if they served in the Confederate Army, they deserve to be recognized. It doesn't matter that they didn't fight, because they're not saying they didn't serve in the Army. They were cooks, running around doing, basically slave labor in the Army. They did that, but they wasn't armed and they wasn't fighting. They wouldn't let them, they wouldn't arm them. And they don't care. So just to get a Confederate monument up, they want to put the Black cook they had in the kitchen, they want to make a monument out of him. Just to have some shit up. Now get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. These white people, a lot of them, they sick. A lot of them are sick as fuck. Let me see what y'all saying about that. Like, come on. How does that even make sense? Right. Candy Girl, you're absolutely right. They are masters of manipulation. But we got to pay attention to all the moves and shit they're trying to make out here. Like, get the fuck out of here. You want to put the cook up? What story am I supposed to have seen? Prissy Jassy. What story are you talking about? You said, did you see my story? What story is that? These motherfuckers alter history whenever they get ready. Understand that. to fit their own fucking narratives. These motherfuckers want a Confederate monument up so bad that the cook, let me read y'all the positions that were held. Let me make sure, hold on. Blacks served as cooks, buglers, and body servants. Go on and pick up dead bodies and shit. Cooking some food. I wouldn't even have served that, but you know, again, there were always people who didn't have pride or were trying to get out of their situation and serve in some capacity, in some form. I wouldn't have fought for the motherfuckers at all. That was me. What's going on, Demetrius? That was me. But they ain't fought. They ain't fought in nothing. Understand that these white folk that was in the South during that time were Democrats as well. Understand that. A lot of people get that fucked up. These were Democrats. Prissy Jassy says, I was harassed by a group of white boys all the way back to my dorm while they shouted, "We love black pussy." Of course. That man, of course. They love black pussy. They do. They love our genitalia. They do that. A lot of us can confuse it with they love us. But they most definitely love having sex with us. They fetishize black women and black men because we the sexiest motherfuckers on the planet. That's just really all it barrels down to. What can they do? You know? What the fuck can they really do? But that's some bullshit. Some bullshit you had to go through that. It's hard for them. Tarita said, white men think it's cute to call me chocolate. They want to taste that motherfucking chocolate. That's what they want. Princess said her daddy came out there. Fuck this shit. She said her daddy came out that motherfucker. But they'll fetishize black folk. They'll do that. They'll do that shit most definitely. But we have to understand that. And black people need to, we getting into a time where we have to understand what we're dealing with, what we're up against, and be prepared for it. Teach our kids to be prepared for it. Because right now we're failing them. And we need to awaken this black pride. I know it's in there. We just need to awaken it. And it's not happening. We let these motherfuckers do any goddamn thing. Some of y'all say these white boys be all over y'all. Some of y'all black women in here. These white boys, they will. They will. Wanting to get that. Wanting to get a piece of black pussy real quick. Wanting that love. Wanting that. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go over this one more story with y'all. I'm gonna tell you how crazy motherfuckers are. Tamika Rivers said subscribe with her fist up. That's what's up. Mad love to you, Tamika Rivers. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, follow me on my social media. Y'all already know what it is. Mad love. What's up, Jane Doe? Paco, what is up? But we have to understand what we're dealing with out here. And I don't think that we are. I think we're doing a better job. I do. I do believe we're doing a much better job, but we need to do even more. It's almost like that black folk, we don't really have time to let anything slip through the cracks right now. We don't have time for all that shit. Everything, we got to be tight. We got to be tight. We have to be efficient. And furthermore, we got to pass this shit down to our children. C. Noble says, I'm approached by black or by white men more than any race, sadly. White men, they'll come for it. They'll come for it and thank you and believe that, because if you reject a white person, look at how they act. In their minds, because this is what they've done. In their minds, they feel like they should be gods to us. So to reject a white woman, to reject a white man, that blows their fucking mind, destroys their egos in every way. They don't even understand it. Like, wait a minute, you black. You're supposed to be waiting on me to come talk to you. You're supposed to be ready to be my fucking servant. You're supposed to be ready to do anything I fucking say. Blows their mind when you're not interested in them. Like, yo, nah, get the fuck out of here. Blows their fucking mind. They don't even understand it. That's white privilege. If y'all need to know this, I know everybody, that's white privilege. This is white privilege. Well, that's white privilege. Be black and reject a white person. Do that, and you'll see their frailty. You'll see it. Shout out Governor Williams, says Pensacola, Florida supports you. Mad love. Shout out to all my supporters and followers down in Florida. Right now might be one of the only warm places in the goddamn on the East Coast. Goddamn it. Cold as fuck outside. Been cold as fuck outside. Been cold out this motherfucker. I feel like I'm gonna answer this question every week. Do you support interracial dating? I don't care who y'all black folk are dating. I just don't care. That's all it is to it. I don't support or not support. I just don't give a fuck who y'all date. That's all it is. That's my, angle. I just don't care. Some of y'all saying it's cold down in Florida too. Like, what the fuck? Sharita, you noticed that? I'm going to answer the same questions every week because it's because the motherfuckers ain't paying attention. Miss Intellectual says, I don't care, but what upsets me is when black people encourage swirling. I fucking hate that. Now, that is some bullshit. Now, that right there, that's cooning. You see what I'm saying? I give a fuck about black people cooning, regardless of whatever they into. You coming out pushing that shit, yeah, get you white. Like, what? Black, you fucking with black folk? Like, nah, fuck that. Get you a white girl, get you a white man. Motherfuckers talking like that, I'm completely against that. I'm completely against that. Most definitely. But just the seeing it now, how they putting it on goddamn TV right now. I don't see black couples on nothing. Last night I was watching goddamn, what's the name of that show? Black Mirror. I don't know, some of y'all may have seen that shit on Netflix. On Black Mirror, I've watched a couple episodes. There are none, and you'll be hard pressed to find them on any show right now. There are no, you will not see no black couples anywhere like that. It's either a white woman with a black man or a black woman with a white man across the board. And typically, a lot of these black women be the lighter, fairer skinned, lighter women. You don't see it nowhere. You don't see it. You just don't see it. And that's something that I'm noticing that I'm like, well, they're not doing it for no reason. This white society, this government, this system doesn't do shit for no reason. They don't. They do not. So it's a reason for that. Stacy R says, I honestly don't know how you can be pro-black with a non-black partner. Just my opinion. And that's respect. I respect it. I respect that. It is a contradiction. Tarita says, I'm tired of watching new shows and seeing two men going at it. The gay agenda is too real. Most definitely. That shit is bullshit. All this shit going on right now, they're not doing this shit for no reason. There's a full-on attack being waged on black men plus black woman equals black child. There is a full-all attack to dismember our Holy Trinity. A full-blown attack being waged constantly. Motherfuckers don't want the images and all this shit. All that shit is real. There is a full-blown attack going on against the fucking Holy Trinity if we are going to have one. Black man plus black woman equals black child. There's an attack going on that. So you'll see pieces getting moved around. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing a man come in here and substitute in for the woman, take away the child. That doesn't really fucking matter. You got two women, you got white, black, and then you get this mix, and you got or white, black getting this mix. Like, that is bullshit. They're fucking up the equation. They fucking it up. That's what they're doing. I'm not eating until I find something to watch. That's a long ass username. Says, you believe you an Israelite? No, I'm a black man. That's it. I'm a black man. That's all. I don't do that Israelite shit. Let them have it. Somebody said, that's all? Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's okay. Rent Radio says, I think they feel biracial kids will negate the black genes further by dating and reproducing with white people in a community. They are raised. So I'm going to read your whole comment over so I can get all of it straight now. I think they feel that biracial kids will negate the black genes further by dating and reproducing with more white people in the community that they're raised. Hey, a lot of black folk believe, too, they develop a hatred for their actual blackness, for their skin tones, and they want to lighten up their gene pool. A lot of black folk doing that. A lot of black folk doing that. And that just comes from you not loving yourself. That's what that stems from. That's from you not loving you. Where everybody got this, a disgusting obsession with mixed kids. Black folk gotta have a disgusting obsession with mixed children. Like they're the most beautifulest thing in the world. Not knocking mixed kids or not saying that they're not cute or whatever, but our obsession with that shit is just disgusting. It's disgusting. You don't see white folks celebrate mixed kids like that. Black folk love mixed kids. Love them too. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. We hail mixed kids like they, you know, I don't know. Like they're the next coming or some shit like that. Like I don't get it. That curly hair and all that shit. They loving that. They love that shit. Sean Jones says, Rob, would you say that black men who don't find attraction to black women is coonery? Hell yeah. That's most definitely coon behavior right there. That's the mind of a coon. How you gonna not find any attraction to you? That's what that is. That's the definition of a goddamn coon. That is the definition of a coon. Simon Belmont says, so just fuck Colin Kaepernick then, Rob? No, I'm not saying fuck Colin Kaepernick. I'm not saying fuck Colin Kaepernick at all. I'm trying to figure out where you get that from. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Hold on. All right, I'm back. My bad, y'all. My bad. I had to get some shit. But no, I ain't saying fuck Colin Kaepernick though. That's not, you know, just he didn't control the fact that he was born mixed. Not saying that. I'm just saying black people have an obsession with mixed children. And we do. And we do. These kids can't control how they're born. I did not go in on biracial kids. I didn't go in on anybody. I simply said that black people hail mixed babies, and they do. That's not, you know, ain't my goddamn fault. So don't be extreme. I ain't shitting on mixed kids because they can't help that they born mixed. That's not their, you know, ain't their goddamn fault. But I know black people have a disgusting obsession with them. Stacy R says, are black men that go out of the country to date / marry foreign black women coon? No, because they're not running from black features. They're not running from the black phenotype. A lot of these guys will hate the black phenotype, and that's coon shit. But if they just hating the would be westernized, this, you know, this society, in this society, the American woman or the American black woman, and I wouldn't call them full-blown coons for that, because they may just not like that, the culture, the American women outside, black women outside this country, a lot of them raised different. They're raised completely different. Now, if you're a black man and you go to another country, get you a black woman, you decide, well, now I'm going to take my time out to talk shit about American black women, then you're a goddamn coon. Going overseas to get you a girl, I don't think anything's wrong with that. I don't think anything's wrong with that at all. Brother DeSara says, Rob, I don't think black people have an obsession with mixed babies. That is bullshit. But I'll continue. I think it's a coon desire to want to do and want what their white masters want. No, I don't agree with that. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I'm looking at the obsession with mixed babies, and particularly the kind of hair mixed babies have, and particularly their hair and their eye colors. And particularly that, even before they're light skin. And particularly the hair and light eyes. If they're to have light eyes. White folk ain't sitting around hailing mixed babies the way we do. They call mixed babies niggers, just like they're going to call you. So I don't know about that. Cynthia, you wow. Cynthia says, lice infected hair ain't good hair and mixed people get head lice. I'm not going to sit here and come at the whole team of mixed people's hair. Not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to them. Not going to treat them like that. But they do. I mean, they get the shit, so. Black folk be obsessed with that texture. The little curly, fluffy shit, you know. Psych Choa 1492 says, Rob, what do you think about the perception of Black people in non-white communities? What do you think about the perception of Black people in non-white community? When you say non-white, clarify what you mean when you say non-white. Give me an example, because I'm a little confused. Oh my God. This nigga, man. Talking about snow queens. Fuck out of here, man. Ain't no such thing as no goddamn snow queen. That's a cold bitch. That's what that is. Fucking snow queen. Y'all tripping. Dominique Wetsail says, what do you think about Black people's always trying to take their kids to private schools and think they're going to be treated any better? That's ignorance. That is complete ignorance. I know they think they want their kids to get a better education, because a lot of Black folk know that, you know, inner city Black public schools, they're bullshit. Which is why I don't understand why Oprah, y'all's girl Oprah, and this segues me into this. Hold on, let me pull the story up. A lot of them know about the poor learning conditions of inner city private, or not private, public schools. Oprah gives $3 million to school, maybe. Let me see if it pulls up. Okay. This actually happened November 4th. I just saw the story about it today, actually. Oprah donates $5 million to Ron Clark Academy. Oprah donates $5 million to Ron Clark Academy. Not to the inner city schools in Chicago. Oprah will go build a school in Africa. Oprah will give $5 million to a white man's school. But Oprah will not do anything about the public schools over in Chicago. Hadn't gave no money to that. But Black folk believe that sending their kids to these private schools, they're going to get a better education. Because they know that all the supplies, all the good school supplies, the new books, the supposed or good teachers, they're all going to be in areas that are predominantly white. That should be a problem in itself. That should be a problem in itself. They're going to be in majority white areas. And nobody saw nothing wrong with that. Nobody sees nothing wrong with that. That ain't bothering these white folk out here. You know, they not, you know, that ain't bothering too many Black folk either. That's just a reality. How the fuck can you have a school and in this country, in this great America, 3Ks don't get this shit fucked up, incorporated? How can you have any schools that are lackluster? Any schools that are less than? What do you mean? In these areas, in poorer areas, in inner cities. How the fuck is that allowed? How the fuck is that shit allowed? But that's what black people, that's what they're trying to do, get their kids this good education. They trying. A lot of them is coons too, and just want their kids to be around white folk because they feel safer around white folk, get away from black folk. But this is what's going on. Why y'all saying fuck Oprah? Why y'all saying fuck Oprah? But I mean, this is what Oprah, you know, this is what she does. This is what she does. We have to understand that we're living in a country that, you know, they don't give a fuck about these kids. Y'all say Oprah hates. Oprah hates black people. Stacey said, "Did you hear about Chance the Rapper giving away 300 pairs of Jordans to kids in Chicago? Like all that could have been like all that you could have gave money to the schools." Yeah, I heard about him giving away those J's. Chance the Rapper he be giving to schools and stuff too, though. I'll give him that. He does. I didn't understand the Jordan thing to kids who've never had Jordans. Like, who gives a fuck if kids never had Jordan? That's not, you know, they almost make it seem like the kids' lives wasn't full of anything of meaning, of value until they got a pair of fucking Jordans. Like that, to me, that mentality, and particularly with black folk, that's some bullshit. So I don't understand, you know, Chance doing that. But I do know he does do things for the school as well out in Chicago. So I'll give him that. I don't understand the Jordans thing. Clearly, he still got a little piece of, maybe like a little bit of coon left in him somewhere deep down inside. You know, I'm sure he didn't. You know, I don't get that. Tree C920 says Oprah could have helped Dr. Umar with his school. She wasn't going to do that. She's not going to help out. Clearly, she's not helping out Dr. Umar's school. No school from even the school that she could have went to in Chicago, in her area. She's not going to do that. She's not going to do anything like that. So you don't expect that. Some of y'all saying fuck Chance. Like, God damn, they went ham on Chance. He be trying to do little cool shit though. I'll give him that, you know. I will give him that. He's trying. There are a lot worse black entertainers than Chance on some coon shit. Tammy says she don't like the word coon. Close your goddamn ears. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you about that. Sorry about that, but you might want to. I'm not the channel. I'm not the guy, and I understand it. Right. Oprah knows what's going on out here. Oprah knows what's going on out here. She knows they tearing down public schools to build prisons and stuff. She knows all that. She just don't give a fuck. She just don't give a fuck. That's all. Dre Day says Oprah has one of the biggest satanic churches. I believe it. It's okay. It is okay. Yeah, why I call Oprah undercover coon. I don't think she undercover. I don't think Oprah is undercover at this point. You can just look at her moves and understand that, you know, what's going on. I didn't know y'all saying Chance the Rapper's a preacher or on some gospel religious shit. I didn't know that. But I don't really know much about the brother. In Town says, my school doesn't have enough desks or books and the AC didn't work, so we couldn't go to school when the temps were above 95 degrees. That's the type of bullshit you got to deal with. Shouldn't be not one school in America like that. Not superpower America. Not save the world America. Shouldn't be one school over here like that. In that condition. Shouldn't be one fucking school like that, but there is. And that fact in itself should let black people know what the fuck going on out here. Mr. Dre says Jay-Z and Beyonce cooned several times, but black people still praise them. Of course, because black people don't care nothing about black people cooning. They don't care about being sold out. We care more for celebrity, as far as, you know, fame and people being rich. We don't care. As long as they rich, black people, we really don't care how much coon shit they own. We'll give them passes because they're rich. We'll give them passes. We'll give them passes, and we have to understand the mindset of most black people. This is what I'm talking about. This goes back to what I was saying. I'm about to get the fuck off here in a second. This goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video with the Malcolm X quote. It goes right back to a sleeping people. You can't, what we gonna do with these people? What are we gonna do with these people who care more for celebrities, drama, gossip, reality shows, who care more for that than any type of black pride, black power, black knowledge? You got black people out here that are now, and I get called this all the time. And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna get it the fuck up off here. We got black people doing me like this all the time. Now they want to call me a hotep. That's like an insult now. Like, if you say anything about black power, you say anything about you know, black knowledge, you push self-love for black people, you'll have black people, not white folk, call me a fucking hotep. You hotep ass nigga, y'all, you know, broke ass, hotep ass, all y'all do is sit around here, blah, blah, blah. That's what I get called by other black folk. That's not the coon's rebuttal. You call out a motherfucking coon, they fuck around and call you a hotep. Like that's supposed to be some type of insult right now that black people have came up to talk about other black people who talk about knowledge and hold black people accountable for the little coon shit we be on. You'll get called now. You get called a hotep ass nigga. And I've seen extreme cases of hotepism. I've seen it. But I don't think I'm one, right? Like, I don't think I'm one. But I have seen extreme cases of hotepism. I've seen it. But you know, that's what black people are saying to black people that's putting knowledge out here now. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. You can't say shit. They turned the word hotep into a derogatory way to try to play black people. The real meaning of hotep, and I pulled it up right here. The real meaning is an Egyptian word that means to be at peace. That's what it means. But now it's an insult. Now it's an insult that black people are using to other black people who don't celebrate Christmas, who don't fuck with, you know, the system and how it is, who talks about racism, white supremacy. Well, now you're just a hotep. You're just a hotep ass nigga who don't know how to have fun and enjoy himself. That's what they say. Y'all, I'm about to get the fuck off here. Mad love to everybody who showed up here tonight, spent some time with me. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what it is. We have to awaken these sleeping people, y'all, before we can get anything done out here. There has to be and not just a couple people here, a couple people there. There has to be a massive awakening in Black consciousness. There has to be a massive awakening in the Black parents that are having these Black children to pass down this consciousness. That has to happen before we can get anything else done out here. Any other type of organizing that people talking about they're doing is going to be a waste of fucking time, period. Until we liberate the minds of these sleep ass, coon ass, proudless ass Black folk out here. That's what we're going to have to handle first. First and foremost, that's what we're going to have to do. All right. Mad love to y'all. I will see y'all. I'm going to be making some videos this week anyway. But I will see y'all next Wednesday. Mad love, y'all. I'm out.